Good morning, students. A warm welcome to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir. We are back to our English class. Let us continue with the language building session. And today in our language building session, we have idioms and phrasal verbs. Well, when I explain you, I've taken a lot of classes explaining you idioms and phrasal verbs, and today I would like to go with a conversation. A conversation between two people and the various phrasal verbs and the idioms they use. Through that, it will be easy for us to learn new phrasal verbs or idioms. So let us get along with the conversation. Idioms for discussing relationship. The first conversation is discussing a relationship. So let us see what it is. There are two characters here given, and the two characters are Jancy and Anne. So we'll see what Jancy says. So how's it going with your new friend, Anne? Not so well. I used to look up to Sam, but the better I know him, the less I like him. He doesn't get along with his parents at all. If they bring up his grades, he blows up at them. Fine. So here, the two friends are talking about another friend called Sam. The name of the friend is Sam, and they talk about him. So we'll see what the conversation is, students. So how's it going with your new friend, Anne? How is it going with? Means, how are things with him? Or how is the relationship with him? So how is it going? Is everything fine? So here, the meaning of how's it going with your new friend. What is the meaning of how's it going? Means, how are the things? Or is everything fine? How are the things? The meaning is, how are the things? Or you can also say, is everything fine? Is everything fine with your new friend? So this is the meaning. So Jancy is asking, so how is it going with your new friend, Anne? Anne says, not so well. Means, is the relationship okay with your new friend? Is everything fine with your new friend? He says, no, everything is not fine. Not so well. I used to look up Sam. So we'll see what's the meaning of look up to. Look up to is to respect or admire, or to consider somebody high. Fine. So the meaning over here is to respect and admire. Admire is to praise or to consider somebody great. Okay. So another meaning also is to respect and admire or think somebody great. Okay. To think somebody great. So that's the meaning of look up to. So she's saying the relationship with that new friend is not very good. Not so well. I used to look up to Sam, but the better I know him, the less I like him. In the starting, I thought he's great. But as every day I start spending with him, I understand he's not that good. And slowly, my respect towards him is reducing. Do you understand? I used to look up to him. Means, I used to think he's great. But the better I know him, the more I'm knowing him, the less I like him. I Understand that is not great. So I'm not liking him very much. He doesn't get along with his parents at all. Now this is a very, very important point I would like to highlight, students. He doesn't get along with his parents. Please look into that point. He doesn't get along with his parents. That means he is not even, get along with, have a friendly relation. What is the meaning of get along? Means to maintain, to adjust, to behave properly. So here, get along with his parents, right? Okay, get along with his parents. 1 minute, students. So sorry. He doesn't get along with his parents. Okay. Get along with his parents. So what is the meaning of get along with? What is the meaning of get along with? A person who doesn't respect even his parents. Okay? One who doesn't respect his parents. Who is very, very important in the world? Obviously your parents. Your parents has introduced you to this world. If only there's no parent, then there is no life for you. They are the one who has introduced you into this world and taught you how to understand and live in this world. And when you don't respect your parents and when you don't maintain a friendly relation with your parents, okay, don't maintain a friendly relation. When you don't maintain a friendly relation with your parents, then what use are you? When you are not respecting your parents, how come you are going to respect your friends, your spouse, and you take care of your children? When you doesn't know how to take care of your parents, how could you expect your children to take care of their parents? That is you. So this is a very, very important point, students. I would like to highlight here. Get along with. That means to have a friendly relation, where she says he doesn't get along with his parents at all. That means he doesn't adjust with his parents, he doesn't respect his parents, he doesn't even consider them as human beings. If they bring up his grades, what is the meaning of bring up? That means if they complain. To teach a child to behave in a particular way. So when a parent is trying to educate the kid, complain against whatever wrongs they do, when a parent tries to check, the best word I can use here is when they try to check. When they try to check him, he gets bugged up. He gets angry. And unfortunately, we see most of the children today in the world is like this. They want all the best from the parents and they feel it's the parents' duty to serve them. But when a parent sees that his child is going in a wrong track, the child never expects to be checked. They get bugged. They shout. And with a fear of losing the child, the parents become helpless to listen to the children. So this is what she tries to explain here. I suppose you understand this point. She says, if they bring up his grades, what are his grades? His levels. No, you are in this level. You have to be like this. You are still down. You are very high. You are overconfident. Whatever. Wherever his grades are. If they try to tell him, he blows up at them. What is the meaning of blow up? That is to become angry and to shout at them. I have again used the word blow up over here, so I have used it in the next meaning. To lose temper and to shout at. So he blows up at them. So far, he hasn't blown up at me, but he takes me for granted. Of course, till now, he never shouted on me. What is the meaning of blow up? Shouted. He hasn't blown up means he hasn't shouted or got angry with. So far, he hasn't blown up at me, but he takes me for granted. Takes me for granted. What is the meaning of takes me for granted? Fail to properly appreciate, especially as a result of over familiarity. Some people, when in front of these strangers, they pretend very, very nicely. They pretend. That's not their character. But they doesn't want their character to be spoilt in front of others. So what they do, they try to pretend. Very purely, very nicely they try to act. But the minute they become familiar with them, you know, when that familiarity occurs, when they become familiar, then they accept them. My friend only, na? My kid only, no? Or my parent only, no? They take them for granted and they start behaving in their originality. Now, this is very, very bad. You are not supposed to take anybody for granted, even your parents. You ought to know your limits. You have to control your emotions. Otherwise, things will go bad. So, takes for granted means fail to properly appreciate. When somebody is doing something, how you expect others to appreciate you, it is your minimum this thing to appreciate others. And once when a person becomes familiar, how can you take them for granted? So that's the meaning. She says, of course, till now he never has shouted on me, but he takes me for granted. That means he's over familiar with me, that he does behave like how he behaves with his parents. Because his originality is that. His originality is not a mannered personality. He's a vulgar personality, so he behaves the same way with me. I think the only reason he takes me out is to impress his his friends. Now, some people, they try to pretend to be very, very good in front of others. Originally, they don't have any feelings for their partner. But in front of the friends, I want to go give a good show off. Okay? They would like to show off. So nicely to show off, to pretend as if he has abundant love on his partner, he takes her out. Now Jhansi again says, don't put up with that. Why don't you just break up with him? Then why do you want to maintain that friendship? See, you should know to take the decisions. Is he suitable to you or not? He's not suitable to you. Just break off the friendship with him. Why should you suffer with him? So she says, don't put up with him. What is the meaning of this phrasal verb, put up with him? To tolerate or endure something. Why you want to tolerate him? Why you want to adjust with him? Why you have to bear him? Don't put up with him. When you don't like him, why to tolerate? Why to adjust with him? Why don't you just break up with him? Break up means break the friendship, end the relation. To end the relation, whatever the relation is going to be. It can be the relation of a friend, of a husband, whatever. You just try to put an end to that relation. Anne says, I'm sure thinking about it. Anne says, yeah, even I got fed up with Sam. I don't want to continue my relation anymore with him. Even I want to end up my relation. Thank you. Have a nice day, Anne said. I'm sure thinking about it. Even I'm thinking about it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Jansi said, bye. Take care. So this is the first conversation what we had. The first conversation between Jansi and Anne, talking about a friend called Sam. And then we had a lot and lot of, in the conversation, a lot of phrasal verbs used. And we learned the meanings and how we are going to, see, generally when I give you only the phrasal verbs and I give you the examples of it and I will give you the meanings of it, maybe you are not that perfect of where to use it. But when I give you a conversation with all these phrasal verbs, next time onwards, whenever this kind of conversations come, you'll be using it, because you understand the meaning of it. Fine. Now we are going to have a look into the next idiom examples in a business conversation. Now we had an informal conversation. It is an informal conversation, and now we have a formal conversation. It's a formal conversation. So we'll see what the formal conversation is. Hey Joe, how are things? How are things means, how is your life? How are you? Or, all these things. Generally, how are things means, how are you? Hey Joe, how are you? Or how is everything with you? Joe, going well, Mark. So the two convergers here is Mark and Joe. Mark is asking Joe, hey Joe, how are you? Or how are things? Joe said, going well, Mark. Yeah, everything is going fine. Everything is fine. Okay. He said, yes, everything is fine. What you've been up to lately? Been up to means what are you about to do? Been up to, what kept you busy? What are you doing nowadays? So what's been up to? The meaning is how are things going on, or what are you doing? What are you doing? Going well, Mark. Joe said, going well, Mark. And then Joe asked Mark the question, what you been up to lately? Then Mark says, oh, not much. Work's been busy. Oh, by the way, did you get a hold of Jeff about that real estate deal we are talking about? So now you can see how beautiful the conversation is. First, Mark has asked a question. He asked, hey Joe, how are you? Now Joe immediately, see, in a conversation you always have to answer to the question. The question is asked, how are things? Then immediately Joe answered, going well, Mark. That means fine, thank you. How are you? Fine, thank you. Okay. So that's the meaning. So here you can see Joe asked, how are things? To that, Mark asked, how are things? To that Joe answered, going well, Mark. Fine, Mark. And again he asked a question, what you've been up to lately? Lately, what are you doing? What are you busy with? What is your work? What are you doing? So Joe answered the question to Mark and he put another question to Mark. And then to that, Mark answered, oh, not much. Work's been busy. Yeah, not very, very good. But of course, my work is going on. And then immediately he asked, oh, by the way, did you get hold of Jeff? Jeff is another person. Did you get hold of Jeff about that real estate deal we were talking about? Then he asked, I'm okay, not that much, but I'm okay with my work. But by the way, I forgot to ask you, how about Jeff? Did you hold of Jeff? Hold of means to succeed in something. Hold of means you grabbed, you met him, you caught him. Okay, So did you succeed in getting Jeff about that real estate deal? Did you succeed in asking Jeff about the real estate business we are talking about? So they were planning for some real estate, and then he said, did you hold of him? Did you catch him and did you ask him about that real estate business? He asked. Joe said, I haven't been able to reach him yet, but the decision is really not up to him anyway. So immediately Joe said, I haven't been able to reach him yet. What is reach him yet? Not able to meet him or not able to approach him. So here, reach him, I'm not able to reach him means meet him. I'm not able to meet him. But the decision is really not up to him anyway. So he said, no, I did not meet Jeff, but even though if I meet Jeff, there is no use because whatever we are planning about the real estate business, that is not in his hands. Did you understand? So it's waste of talking to him because it's not in his hands. So that is what he was trying to tell. I haven't been able to reach him yet, but the decision is really not up to him anyway. Not up to him. What is the meaning of not up to him? To his choice. It's not up to. Up to means up to his choice. So he said, anyway, it is not up to him. Let me know if you still want it. If you don't, now is the time to back out. So he said, let me know if you still want it. So, of course, I did not meet Jeff. I did not speak to him anything about the business because I know that even if I speak to Jeff, it's of no use because it is not in his hands. So there is no use. But if still you are interested, let me know. Maybe I'll try to make some arrangements for it. Though Jeff is not, the business is not in Jeff's hand, I'll try to make some other ways. So he said, let me know if you still want it. Still want it means, are you still interested in it? Are you still interested in it? So let me know if you're still interested in it. That is what he says. I haven't been able to reach him yet. I didn't meet him. But the decision is really, because I know that the decision is not in his hands. But if you're still interested in it, let me know. If not, if you're not interested, it's the time to back out. Back out means come back. Back out means withdraw. Come back. Now don't have a hope on it because it's not in Jeff's hands. It's all nonsense. Jeff is only trying to boost up. It's not in his hands. So better we leave it. We withdraw it. Okay? So let me know if you still want it. If you don't, now is the time to back out. Back out means to come back, to withdraw, to cancel, okay, or to drop the idea, whatever. To drop the idea. If you're still interested, I'll tell the real estate agent to go ahead and buy that office building. It is waste of dealing with Jeff, but if you're really interested, I will tell the agent. There are agents. Okay? Agents are the middlemen. Who are the agents? Agents are the middlemen. Generally, we call them brokers. They deal between the customer and the dealer. These are called the middlemen. So, he said, if you're still interested, I'll tell the real estate agent to go ahead and buy that office building. If you're really interested, I will ask him to go and buy the office building. He'll follow through with it right now. He will follow through. Means to continue the process. Generally, this is a known word. He'll follow. He'll follow through with it right now. So, waste of dealing with Jeff. If you're really interested, let me know. If you're not interested, drop off. But if you're interested, I will arrange an agent who will help you, who will follow up or follow through with it right now. He will have an inquiry over the estate, over that whatever business estate it is. He's going to inquire, and then we are going to purchase the land. So he'll follow through with it right now. He should have all the paperwork filled out by Sunday. He should, if you are interested, the entire paperwork must be completed by Sunday. So tell me if you're interested. I will speak to some middleman, to some agent, and by Sunday, if we hand over all the paperwork, then he will do the process for us. Okay, the process will be completed. Still interested? I'll tell the real estate to go ahead to buy. Yeah. So the process will be completed by Sunday, or should be completed by Sunday. Then Mark said, I was hoping Jeff could help me figure out a way to effort it. So Mark still have a hope on Jeff. Though he was warned, or he was told, who was the other friend? Joe. He was told by his friend that Jeff is of no use. Still, Mark had a hope on Jeff. So Mark said, I was hoping Jeff could help me figure out. Figure out means to solve the problem, or to make some arrangements about the cost. Generally for a business, it is only the cost dealings. So what is the meaning of figure out? To go with cost dealings. So he says, I was hoping Jeff could help me figure out a way to effort it. How much the cost is, how much we can bargain, or what we can do. Probably Jeff is going to help me out, because Jeff told Mark in such a way that really, he is the proprietor of the land. Like that he made him, he made a build up. So this man, he has so much abundant belief on Jeff that he said, I think Jeff only can do it. He will definitely go with all the cost dealings. Our business is in the red. In the red. That means in the loss. Okay. These are already in the idioms I have taught you. In the red is when you are in a loss. Okay. When you are in loss, or when things are not going fine. See, spending more money than earned, that means you are in loss. In the black means you are making profit. So he says, our business is in the red right now, but we have some good contacts coming up. We should be in the black soon. So why did he say this, I'm in the red? He said, see, I can't engage a middleman. See, when you're having agents, you have to pay a particular fee for the agents. They will help you to sell or purchase the lands. So they have to be given a particular commission. Now already I'm in the loss. I'm in the red means I'm in the loss. Already I'm in the loss. So when I'm in the loss, I can't engage. I can't hire an agent. So I think Jeff will help me out with it, because Jeff doesn't want anything. So he is friendly going to help me. So our business is in the red right now, but we will have good contacts coming up. So we are getting good contacts, and very soon I'm going to make up my business. We should be in the black soon. In the black soon is you are going to be in the profit soon. Very soon I'll be in the profit. And that property would be idle. That's a very, very good property. And I don't want to lose it. And at the same time, I can't pay or I can't hire an agent. So I just make dealings with Jeff, and that is good for me, he said. I'll try calling Jeff myself. Okay, fine. You can't call Jeff. I will contact Jeff myself. Fine, because the other person, Mark, can't do it. Joe can't do it. Mark said, I myself will contact him. I'll try calling. Calling means contact. Phoning. I'll try calling Jeff myself. If we can't come up with a solution, we'll have to call off the deal and do without the bigger office. So he said, if I can't come up with, what is come up with? To proceed. If I can't proceed, or if I can't make the deal, okay? If I can't make the deal, come up means if I can't make the deal. If I can't make the deal, if I can't come up with a solution means if I can't make the deal, we'll have to call off. Call off means withdraw. Decide not to. Okay? So, what is call off? To drop. We'll drop the deal. If I will be able to contact Jeff, and if Jeff is going to help me out, then fine, I will make the big business. Or else I will drop. But I will not hire an agent because I don't have money to hire an agent. That's the meaning. We'll have to call off the deal and do without the bigger office. You know what is the meaning of do without? Do without means prefer not to have, without having it. We will do without it, without the bigger office. So I will just leave off the deal. I will not have that big business, he said. Well, good luck then. It's hard to give up a dream. Give up means leave a dream. Stop making an effort. See, when you have a hope, you can't give up. You can't stop. Right? Give up means to stop. You can't stop it. So, well, good luck then. It's hard to give up a dream. Let me know what you decide. He said, fine. Of course, when you're dreaming to have a very, very good business, and that too with somebody's help, without hiring an agent, that's very good. You have hope now. So, you can't stop hoping. That is the meaning. Stop hoping for. You can't stop your hope. Let me know what you decide. Let me know if you have continued, Jeff is helping you, or if you really need an agent, or if you completely drop the idea. Let me know, he said. I will take care. Mark said, yeah, thank you, take care. So we have completed an informal conversation and a formal conversation in today with a lot of idioms and phrasal verbs in it. We have learned. That's all for this day, students. Thank you. Have a nice time.